Hello and welcome. Today, we're going on a tour of life's amazing architectural blueprints. We're going to explore how life actually organizes itself, starting from just a single tiny cell and building all the way up to a complex creature. So, let's just dive right in.
Okay, so at the absolute heart of this whole story is one single powerful idea: the division of labor. It's this simple concept that by splitting up all the jobs, you can build something way more efficient and way more incredible than if everyone was just doing their own thing. This is the secret sauce that lets life get complicated, and you're going to see it pop up at every single level we look at.
So where does our tour begin? Well, we have to start at the very foundation of life itself, with what I like to call the one-cell powerhouse, the unicellular organism.
Now, just think about that for a second. Everything this little organism has to do, eating, moving around, making more of itself, reacting to the world, it all has to happen inside the microscopic world of one single cell. It is the ultimate multitasker.
And you know what? This strategy is wildly successful. Organisms like the blobby, free-flowing amoeba, or the little swimming Chlamydomonas, or even the photosynthetic Euglena, they've been thriving on this planet for billions of years. Each one is a complete, self-sufficient little world.
But here's the really cool part, and this is where our main theme comes back in. Even here, inside this one cell, we see that division of labor. The work is split up between these tiny specialized parts called organelles. You've got the nucleus acting like the control center, the mitochondria as the power plants. They all have very specific jobs to keep the whole operation humming along. Which, of course, leads to a pretty fascinating question. If being a single cell is so great, what's the big advantage in working together? What happens when these single cells decide to team up?
And that question brings us to the next stop on our tour, the colonial organism. This is this kind of beautiful, in-between stage of life. It's like a bridge, really, from that single-celled independence to true, complex, multicellular life. It's all built on the idea that, hey, there's strength in numbers.
And the perfect example of this is a green algae called Volvox. Now, this isn't just one cell. Oh no, it's this gorgeous hollow sphere made of hundreds of individual cells, all living and working together as one big colony. And right here is where we see the first huge leap in specialization. If you look at the cells on the surface, they've all got these little whip-like tails called flagella. Their one and only job to beat in unison and move the colony through the water. But then, look inside, tucked away are a few very different cells. Their job is completely different: reproduction. They're protected and they're dedicated to creating the next generation of colonies.
And this right here shows us a really critical trade-off. By becoming specialists, these cells have given up their ability to do it all. The reproductive cells can't move, and the movement cells can't reproduce. They are now completely, 100% dependent on each other to survive. They've become a true team.
So, let's take it to the next level. Let's see how this idea of teamwork scales up, and I mean dramatically, to build the complex bodies of plants and animals that we see all around us.
In true multicellular life, the organization is way more structured. You get similar cells grouping together to form tissues. Then, different tissues combine to form organs, like a heart or a leaf. And finally, those organs work together in these complex organ systems. It's a beautiful, beautiful hierarchy of cooperation.
So let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. We'll start in the plant kingdom, with a simple mustard plant as our example. It might not look that complicated, but it is an absolute marvel of organization.
So the mustard plant shows this division of labor perfectly at the organ level. You've got one team of organs, the vegetative ones, the roots, the stem, the leaves, and their whole mission is growth and survival. Then you've got a completely different team, the reproductive organs, the flowers, which have one single vital task: create seeds for the next generation. 2 teams, 2 jobs.
And guess what? These exact same principles apply over in the animal kingdom too. A frog, for instance, shows us how this very same organizational plan can build an active, complex creature that hops around and catches flies.
In an animal like the frog, we see the top of that organizational pyramid, the organ systems. You've got the digestive system, a whole crew of organs specialized just for processing food. You've got the respiratory system for breathing, the circulatory system to pump blood around. Each one is a highly specialized department doing a complex job for the entire body.
Wow! So we've gone from a single cell all the way to a complex animal. Let's zoom back out for a second and put all three of these architectural plans side by side. It really helps to see the big picture. This table really just nails the whole journey, doesn't it? For unicellular life, the division of labor happens within the cell, between organelles. For colonial life, it happens among individual specialized cells. And for multicellular life, it scales all the way up to specialized organ systems. You can just see the progression, this elegant stairway of complexity, and it's all powered by teamwork.
And that leaves us with one final big thought to chew on. This whole trend towards cooperation and specialization has built the incredible, diverse world of life we see today. So, if dividing the labor is so efficient, from organelles all the way up to organs, what might be the next step in the organization of life? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me today.